Right. So the next presentation is going to be online, and hopefully Ilan is here.
I'm here.
Okay, so Ilan, do you want us to share your slides? Yes.
Yes,
So
please.
Valeria, are you moving them? Oh, they're doing it. Okay. So Ilan, if you want to start, and then we'll see if that works.
Now it's the time for closing the loop, both on a personal level and also a professional level, because I was part of the design team of this project from the beginning, and I'm happy to close the loop after about 6 years with Claire and Jean-Marc, and I think Eliel was at the first meeting, and now it is real closing the loop. So can you please forward? RIM is the table of closing the loop, which means the response intervention mechanism. Remember, this is RIM throughout the presentation, and this is the practical, the practice how we improve animal welfare. You see the same people from the lab, this time different location, but almost the same people. I think another year it was. Oh, closing the loop. You will probably also will have to point with the laser. We had seen animal welfare assessment at the first day with Cathy, and then there are everything is going around the animals that we can monitor, and this is where the sensors are going in. But it's not enough to have the sensors, but we also need the interpretation, what to do, the action to improve animal welfare. And the RIM table that I will present to you now is how it works in practice, how we really improve animal welfare. And this is a list of cases, real life cases, that this project brought them up and developed it and validated. Next, please. Oh. We have a long list of cases like this. I selected mainly randomly few to show you how it works in reality. So let's take the first one. It was detected by the early warning system, the one that I showed you before. The animal was treated with antibiotics. The farmer did this, no vet, and it recovered after a few days. The next one was lamb on 2 legs. You remember the system can easily recognize change in behavior. Lamb on 2 legs, the farmer decided to do nothing. So he just sold it earlier. It was too complicated. Another example from April 22. Broken horn. This was a problem that when the animal put her head near the water or near the feed, it suffers a lot because it's painful. What all he had to do is just to put it to another yard when the water trough and the feed are open, so it didn't touch the head, the frame, and the animal just recover. So this is another example how the intervention works, and the animal welfare was improved. Can you go to the next one, please, Claire? These examples are from the SRUC. Actually, Claire probably can explain them better. Again, I randomly selected those that look to me interesting, but there are many like this, and this is all about this project. So it was in Crichton. You see the problem, the shepherd itself recovered. Here is the point to say that not all the cases that I will present you is what done automatically by early warning system, but some of them were recognized by the farmer, by the shepherd, by the technician. But the point is that it's possible to do something to improve the animal welfare. It doesn't really matter who made the interpretation, if it is sophisticated AI tool or the farmer. For us, at this stage of a blueprint, a prototype, I use them both, the cases of early warning system or the technician or the farmer look at the problem and decided to do something. For example, treat it for 1 day to cool inside. You can see the result, sometime recovered, sometime not, but we do improve animal welfare. I think, can you go please to the next one? There was something interesting. Recovered after 4 days, 4 to 5 days. Sheffer, medicine was given, kept in the shade, treatment. So something was done. So this is how we close the loop. It's not only sensors and data and models, but we actually improve the animal welfare. Can you go to the next one, to the IDEL one? From IDEL, there was also, I got, Germa, thank you very much, I got a long list. I selected here one. Look at this one. Too painful, and they decided to end the story. You can see it here. This is also sometime what we can do in order to improve animal welfare. Also example of how we interrupt the data in order to improve animal welfare, not letting the animal to suffer for a long time, but this is what they do. Can you go to the next one, please? I didn't like to finish with a negative case, so this is just example of a successful treatment. After 5 days, the animal was recovered. You can see the disease, you can see, we have a record of all we are doing, the problem, and how the entire concept improve animal welfare, real documented case study. Can you go to the next one? Yes. Here, what you can see, the idea in this slide, that there is an animal, and we measure by the sensor one thing or many things. This is a question on the design of the beginning of the project. There is a data, and there are two options: or automatically early warning systems, then bring the information to the farmer. And when we are not ready yet with the early warning system, actually we show the information to the farmer and he's doing the interrupted by himself. So it's the level of maturity, or depend on the size of the farm, how many animals he has in the herd, the capability of the farmer, how he get the data, the alarm from the system, or by looking at the data. In this example, I showed you both. And regarding if we measured one item or many, it's depend on the project, depend on the cost, depend on the reliability of the sensors, because animal express a change in many items, and you have to select the right sensor to detect the right issue to put the sensor in it or on it. Can you move to the next one, please? What you see here is a summary of what we have in this project. So there were few early warning systems. The group level, the one of Kacha, Gerardo Kacha, was presented yesterday. This was on group level. I think it's a fantastic case study. Body weight changed was presented today. So we look at automatically how the body weight change and do something. And now I will share what we do with milking order. The same principle, almost the same models, different calibration, were for both, for bacteria and somatic cell sensor, and this is on animal level. So not on group level, but on animal level. And this was in cooperation with Spain, and Italy, and Ireland, and Scotland. Actually, we are trying to do our best to get algorithm models for all the project to provide data. And I remind you all, we didn't finish everything. It is only a blueprint that you can take all to your pigs and dairy cows and every other things, and each one on his own way. We just show the way. This is a blueprint. Can you go forward, please, Claire? So what you see here, it's a milking order. Milk recording is common, is done for 20 or 30 years already in many farms. What we did in this algorithm, not we, what Gilly did, and all the credit to Gilly, you see in her picture now, she categorized 50 animals per group after Lord searching the right number of these 50, but we decided to go in this topic of categorized. Can you go forward, please? And here you can see the difference between those animals who has low somatic cells and high somatic cells. Only by descriptive statistics you can see that there is a difference, and then we decided to go into the modeling, 76%, and all these numbers I will not repeat them because these numbers were presented yesterday by Kati. In general, moving forward and backward according to the hierarchy in the milk order. Let's jump into the modeling itself. Can you go forward, please? So what you see here is that the milking order is used for both bacteria count and somatic cell count. Can you go forward, please? And after trying quite a few machine learning models, it ended up with 3 that we presented here today. The most accurate one is the random forest one, and the most visible one, and this is a well demonstrate the issue of threshold, is the decision tree model. There are quite a few more, but we can concentrate on this. What we talked yesterday about the threshold, you can see it here. So if the lactose is above 4.3, milking order below 96, milk yield, protein, etc. And just remind you, there is no one threshold fit for everyone. It is a mathematical model, adapted model that learn the situation in the herd and in the individual animal. And this is the way we are doing in the last, I think, 20 years. This is what we are doing for what we do for living. Just PLF systems like this and the algorithm behind them. As it was said yesterday, I don't remember by whom, there is no one threshold fit for everyone. You need a model for it. Can you move forward, please? To summarize, this presentation, closing the loop, show how we took the animal welfare issues together with the animal reaction recorded by the sensors and bring in the interpretation, what the farmers do with the data. You saw quite a few case study. We have a report about it, so you can read them all. It is a blueprint, I think, I hope, for other animal welfare PLF tools in other species, other production system. It took long developing phase. You showed it in the previous presentation. It's not only the algorithm. The main time consuming is the hardware. And this is what took the hardware in combination with the animal behavior. They should reach the situation, the place in the right way. Availability to the farmer and the industry. I think today this is a crucial point. Every time that I give this presentation and the other PLF tools that we develop, the farmers say, yes, yes, I like it very much. I like to get it tomorrow. And then there is no company and it's not reliable and it's too expensive. And the question about the cost at the beginning and the cost at service. I think the bottleneck now is the availability to the farmers, because the farmers that I met, all of them, almost all of them like it, like to get it. The sooner the better, of course, in the cheapest way. What can be learned? Another one last time? Can you repeat the last line?
Sorry, Ilan.
Yes, the last slide, last line.
No, I was too fast. Hang on. That's it.
Yeah. What can we learn? It takes time. It required engineering expertise. The interaction with the animal, the device with the animal, took most of the time in every design of every project that we did throughout the years, not only in this project. The interaction with the farmer and the production chain also takes time. And I think this was a fantastic project. I'm very happy to meet this group of the small ruminant. I think we advanced the sector quite a lot. Thank you very much. Now, Claire, you can move to the final conference.
Any questions for Ilan? We've got time for one question. Is there anything online, Valeria?
No.
Oh, Gerardo. I think you've got the microphone here, yeah.
Hi, Ilan. I'm happy that
you presented the data related with artificial intelligence used to discriminate animals with mastitis, because this is one of our big concerns in dairy sheep farms. One thing that I missing in the model, and I don't know why it's not present, is body weight. And I'm saying this because we are discussing today the use of wool and other strategies to evaluate the nutrition of healthy and sick animals. And how is possible that in the model that you analyzed, the weight was not included as a significant factor in the decision tree? This is, well, I don't know which is the reason.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point, and we know from dairy cows for many years that the body weight change is being applied. The body weight, I will start from the beginning, was part, if I remember well, part of the analysis, and it didn't come out of the model. And then we should ask ourselves why it's happened. It's happened because of two reasons quite often. Usually, or the accuracy of the monitoring, or body weight change by itself. If you take, for example, a dairy cow that provides 20, 30, 50 liters of milk together with shit and manure, it's 10% different per day only because of physiology different. And then you started to monitoring the body weight only after milking and only in the morning in order to go over the individual variation within the body weight. So to summarize, because I would like to give more time to other people, usually it's because of the accuracy of the monitoring, the measuring. A little bit dirt below the load cell change everything. You have to calibrate it every time. And the second one is the biological diversity. Body weight is not so accurate. For example, I would prefer if you have a body scoring. It's more reliable, more stable than body weight. Body weight, it is possible, but you need to work on it. It's not so easy, and it's a fact. It just didn't got out of the model. We put everything into the model, including date and the shoe size of the farmer, and see what will happen.
Okay. If I may add, Gerardo, hi, it's Gili. I think on the decision tree, the body weight didn't came out as the most on the trees that we saw. But if you remember when we've done the random forest, it is one of the parameters, but not the most important. It came out on the R's, but it's not the most important. I think it's the fourth or the fifth one.
Okay, yeah. I think for the interest of time, can we quickly, yes, and then we'll stop and move on.
So, well, no, just to encourage future research, because probably it will be a good opportunity to have woes included in the dairy platforms, and probably with this we can predict with more accuracy mastitis, that it will be fantastic.
If you've got a better measure of weight, yeah. Thank you very much. So sorry, Ilan, I think we'll have to call you. I'm sure you can discuss with Gerardo outside of that conference. But thank you very much, and I think we'll just move on to the next presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just aware